Welcome to Flick News episode 69. This week, we've got a lot of exciting news for you, from a Lord Farquaad spin-off movie to the cancellation of the Bambi live-action remake, and much more. So,
let's dive right in.
First of all, The Bad Guys 2 director Perrito revealed early concept art showing that Diane was originally written as Kitty's ex-partner in crime, before going straight and ultimately turning her in. However, this storyline was later cut because it ended up taking over the film's emotional core. Honestly, that's a really interesting idea, and you can already imagine how much drama and tension it could have added between the characters. At the same time, it makes sense why they removed it. Sometimes a subplot can be too strong and pull focus away from the main story. Still, it's one of those what could have been concepts that fans would definitely love to see explored someday, maybe in a spin-off or bonus material. Then Cygames, the studio behind Ominusum Pretty Derby and Granblue Fantasy, is facing backlash after announcing a new AI-focused subsidiary, calling generative AI the driving force behind the next wave of creativity. The announcement immediately sparked criticism from fans, many of whom are worried about AI eventually being used to replace human artists or generate in-game assets. A lot of the concern came from how vague the studio initially sounded about where and how this technology might be used. Following the reaction, Cygames issued a clarification and apology, stating that none of its current games use generative AI, and that all existing content is still created by human developers and artists. The company also said it would notify players in advance if AI were ever introduced into its games. Then Rebecca Sugar was asked at MagFest whether the Garnets from the Light trilogy were ever meant to appear in Steven Universe, and her response was, "I can't talk about that." That vague answer has immediately sparked fan speculation, with many now wondering if those Garnets could finally appear in the upcoming Lars of the Stars spin-off. It's not a confirmation by any means, but the fact that she didn't shut it down outright is definitely enough to get the fandom talking. Then Guy Moon, the composer behind The Fairly OddParents, Two Stupid Dogs, Cow and Chicken, Ned's Declassified, Big Time Rush, Back at the Barnyard and more, has sadly passed away at the age of 63 from a car crash accident. His music shaped the sound of an entire era of television, especially in animation and kids shows, and his work will forever live on through the memories of fans who grew up with it. Then the first look at Symbie and Spidey and his amazing friends has been revealed, introducing a playful, kid-friendly take on Venom to the series. Symbie is a small and mischievous member of Venom's alien symbiote species, a character that was only recently introduced in Marvel Comics, making this one of its earliest on-screen appearances. Instead of the usual dark and intimidating tone associated with Venom, this version leans more toward fun and chaotic energy, fitting perfectly with the show's lighter, preschool-focused style. Interestingly, the show's executive producer Harrison Wilcox confirmed that Marvel Studios regularly checks in with the Spidey team to ensure the show's stories don't conflict with the broader MCU. This means that even though the series is aimed at younger audiences and exists in its own corner of the Spider-Verse, the creative teams coordinate to keep everything consistent with the larger Marvel universe, a smart move that balances fun with continuity. Then Attack on Titan creator Hajime Isayama said he doesn't think he'll ever be able to write or draw anything as good as Attack on Titan again. He explained that whenever he tries to create something new, it feels like revisiting ideas he already explored, adding that he poured everything he had into the series until he was completely drained. Honestly, it really shows how much of himself went into Attack on Titan and why the series feels so personal and impactful. Then Demon Slayer creators talks on the future of AI in anime, saying, "Our studio, Aniplex and Ufotable, will continue to work with our hand-drawn artists, our writers, our voice actors, and the talent that help bring this emotion to the big screen." Then Mau Mau Heroes of Pure Heart creator Parker Simmons revealed that Kevin Conroy was actually set to voice a role in the show just one day before it was canceled, saying, "I owe Mau Mau's voice to Kevin Conroy. Still sad we were about to record him a day before we got canceled." It's a heartbreaking what could have been moment for fans, especially knowing the iconic voice of Batman was so close to joining the beloved series. Then first look at the 450th episode of Family Guy has been released. The episode follows Lois suddenly being able to understand Stewie after they get stoned together. It is set to premiere on Fox on February 15, 2026. Then if you're into DC, James Gunn has confirmed that Creature Commandos Season 2 is officially in active development. The new season will pick up after the events of Peacemaker Season 2, continuing the story in the same interconnected universe. He also confirmed that Mr. Miracle animated series is also canon in the DCU. Then Insider reports that Disney's live-action Bambi remake is officially no longer in development. The project never entered production after losing its director. For context, the film was originally announced back in 2020, with director Chloe Polly in talks to helm the project. However, by 2024, it was reported that she was no longer attached, and the remake quietly stalled after that. Fans have expressed mixed feelings about the news. While some are disappointed, hoping to see a modern take on the classic story, others feel that Bambi is one of those timeless animated films that might be better left untouched. Either way, the live-action remake is officially off the table, for now, at least. Then Perrito's voice actor, Harvey Guillen, recently confirmed on his Instagram story that he has recorded lines for Perrito. Now, fans are speculating whether this is for a separate animated short or if he's reprising the role for Shrek 5. If you remember, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish ended with Perrito, Puss, and Kitty Softpaws sailing toward the kingdom of Far, Far Away. A clear hint they might be heading straight into the world of Shrek. But there were rumors back in the day that Puss in Boots wouldn't return for Shrek 5. But with this recording, it seems like fans might get a big surprise. Then Pocket Mortys is officially shutting down on April 13th. Adult Swim Games announced the closure, summarizing the nearly decade-long history of the project, which began as a parody of Pokémon. The developers didn't disclose the reasons for the shutdown, only noting that support and servers will soon cease operation. Interestingly, until the game officially closes, everything in Pocket Mortys is now free, giving fans one last chance to enjoy the chaotic fun of catching and battling their favorite Mortys across the multiverse. Then Hotel Transylvania 5 is officially happening. Keegan-Michael Key, who voices Murray the Mummy, revealed at the Golden Globes that he's about to start work on Hotel Transylvania 5.
I thought, God, this is fun. This is a lot of fun.
And what's your latest animated?
My latest one is I'm about to start work on Hotel Transylvania 5.
While Sony Pictures Animation hasn't made an official announcement yet, this news comes as a big surprise for fans, especially since 2022's Transformania was marketed as the franchise's final chapter. However, after that film saw huge success on streaming platforms, it seems Sony Pictures Animation wasn't ready to close the hotel doors just yet. Then a Warner Brothers spokesperson commented on licensing Looney Tunes to outside distributors, saying, "Everywhere our content appears provides more opportunities for new audiences to discover it, and for longtime fans to reconnect. That enthusiasm fuels everything. It's a win all around." For fans, this is a bit of a mixed bag. On one hand, wider availability means Looney Tunes can reach new generations who might have never seen these classics before. On the other, some longtime fans worry about the brand being scattered across platforms instead of having a clear home. Still, as long as the cartoons stay accessible and respected, most people are just happy to see Bugs, Daffy, and the gang sticking around. Then Gloria Rocha, the legendary dubbing director behind Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon, and the Latin American voice of characters like Miss Piggy and Velma, has sadly passed away on her 94th birthday. Her family has not shared an official cause of death, though it's believed to be due to natural causes related to her age. Then, according to the R.I.P, the canceled Bye Bye Bunny feature film could still happen. For context, production for the unreleased film was canceled in 2024 after Warner Brothers Animation shelved the project. However, a source close to the studio says they may choose to revisit the concept at a later time, meaning there's still a chance the project could be revived in some form down the line. Then the directors of Madagascar have teased that a fourth movie could happen, but only if there's a story worthy of the franchise. They emphasize that while Universal is well aware that another installment would likely be highly profitable, they won't greenlight it without the right creative vision in place. Fans have been speculating for years about where Alex, Marty, Melman, and Gloria could go next, and this news has reignited excitement online. Some imagine the gang exploring new exotic locations or even revisiting New York City in a fresh way, while others hope for deeper character arcs that expand beyond the slapstick humor the series is known for. For now, though, it looks like fans will have to be patient. The franchise's creators are holding out for a story that truly lives up to the legacy of the first 3 films. Then the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie will be coming to Netflix on February 10th, bringing the big screen adaptation to streaming after its theatrical run this past summer. Then the first look at LEGO Pokemon sets has been revealed. The first set includes Pikachu and Pokeball priced at $199.99, featuring a buildable Pikachu emerging from a Pokeball with a dynamic lightning-inspired base and a nod to Pikachu's Pokédex number. The second set is the massive Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise display set at $649.99, with fully articulated models of the 3 classic Kanto starters, each on a detailed biome-inspired base, perfect for collectors. The third set features Eevee at $59.99, with an expressive, posable build, including movable head, limbs, and tail, ideal for casual fans or smaller displays. Then Demon Slayer Infinity Castle has received an honorary award for animation in cinema at the 2026 Astra Film Awards. Fans have been reacting positively online, noting how the film's incredible animation and emotional storytelling make it a standout in modern anime. Many are saying the award feels well-deserved, with some even calling it one of the best anime films of the decade. Then Jared Bush emphasized that original films are critical to the future of Walt Disney Animation Studios, saying, "You have to have originals to build the next thing that people want to see more of. And then from a storytelling standpoint, you don't want to repeat yourself. It's critical to push into new territory and surprise people. Only originals can do that." Fans have been echoing this sentiment online, highlighting how Disney's original hits like Moana and Zootopia have paved the way for fresh storytelling. There's excitement to see what new worlds, characters, and stories Disney will explore next, especially with the studio balancing originals alongside beloved franchise sequels. And that's a wrap for this week's news. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.